Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goodies Color Club is for you. Goodies Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me sent right to your doorstep. I handpick every fabric in each delivery with 12 half-yard pieces, which will only be available to Goodies Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery includes a booklet of information on the fabrics I have chosen, the fabric designer, additional fabric suggestions to use with a bundle, and quilt patterns that would be a perfect pairing with the fabric. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everyone, welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. Thank you for being with us on this lovely Tuesday. We had quite a drop in temperatures here in Minnesota, so hey, brought out the flannel. I hope you are cooling down if you're in the States, because it's been quite a hot summer for many of us. But we are thrilled that you're here, so whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you say hi in the comments, introduce yourself, and of course, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you are a follower on Facebook and hit that notification button. Same thing on YouTube. Easy to subscribe to our channel, and then you never miss anything we got going on. We love it. And of course, there's a chance to win a gift card just by commenting. Wait all the way to the end of the show where we ask you a giveaway question and you get a chance to answer it to be entered in the giveaway, which will be winner announced next week on our show. So we'll start off, of course, Mr. HP is here. Say hi to Mr. HP.
Hi, everybody.
It is kind of nuts around here. Kobe's here taking a nap right behind me, so he's occupied. Giving us the side eye because it is time soon to go home and eat. But we're thrilled for all the stuff that's going on here. We're gonna, on today's show, I'm gonna be revealing our color club for the month of September. I'll be talking about our Fan Fest, our tent sale, giving you a little preview of the unique things we will have in the tent for sale. We got a great bundle and of course a perfect tip of the day. But let's start with announcing our winner from last week. So our question that I asked you, what does September mean to you? And our winner from last week is, drum roll, Lynn Kimmel Johnson. And Lynn said football games. Yes, of course, we had our first Sunday night or Sunday football, NFL, Vikings lost, boo. But we're kind of used to it.
The cool thing is Tampa won.
Yeah, it was playing against Tampa, so no. We're Vikings fans. Always. We got another chance on Thursday against the Eagles.
I hope we do.
I hope we whoop everybody.
Kind of doubt it, but we'll watch. We'll watch, Chairman. But congratulations, Lynn. All you got to do is send us a email to help@gequaltoscience.com, and we will get you that gift card for $25. So congrats.
I was hitting some wrong buttons.
You were hitting wrong buttons.
I was reaching for my water. And
Well, of course, FanFest prep is in full swing. We are transforming our showroom, putting up some really cool displays, moving kind of things away that are going to be outside for the Saturday tent sale. The classroom is getting cleared up. We had an awesome Sewing for Our Cause Day today, though. We had a bunch of ladies join us to make some quilts and finish some things for our charity projects. And then the warehouse is buzzing, folding fabric for the tent sale. So yes, everything is going on at the same time. It's just wild.
Yeah, it's cooking.
Yes, it's cooking. It's cooking. So I'll be giving you a little more update on the FanFest activities, and then I will be talking a little bit about London Calling and of course Color Club. But let's start with our tip of the day. Last week I gave you a glimpse into the G-Easy Flying Geese method, and that is just to make the units, and then the magic happens of course with the stripology rulers when we trim them. And so in the Master Your Stripology Rulers book, there's trimming instructions for all 4 rulers. You can use the squared or the XL for your larger sized Flying Geese units. And then you use your mini for your smaller, and then your quarters mini if your Flying Geese have a 1/4 inch increment. But let's start with the bigger sized Flying Geese units, and let me show you how you trim it with the Stripology squared ruler. Now we're going to trim Flying Geese with the Stripology squared ruler as shown on page 20. Now you have already made units from the instructions on page 18 that looks like this. I needed 4 by 8 inch finished Flying Geese, so I started off with an 11 inch square. That's the second column, and then from the background, and then a 9.5 inch square from the dark fabric. So now I'm going to follow that same column for my trim steps. And we have 3 different colors of columns for the 3 different cuts. So we have, starting with the blue, I like to mark up my ruler, especially when I'm doing a lot of these, with the same color that I have in the steps. So we have the 2 inch slit with blue, and then the 6.5. So I have, that's my blue cuts. For step 2 is the green, and that's going to be at the 6 inch and then 10.5. So I put my green arrow stickers on the 6 and the 10.5. And then we have the third step, which is pink First cut is going to be on the 2-inch, which is right here. So I'm just putting a second sticker over it. And then on the 10.5. So if you want to, we're going to be using the dotted white line. Very important to use the white line for the flying geese. I know the black diagonal lines are really close to it on the squared ruler, but make sure we're using the white diagonal lines. And you can use a 4th color sticker to place on that line just to kind of help you line things up. But now we're ready to make our cuts. So I bring my unit over facing like this. So you have the flying geese here on the left side. We're going to start on the left side. So we're going to use the diagonal white dotted lines on the left to line up with those seams on the left side block. And once you have all those lined up, you're going to make your first cut with the blue. So that is through the 2 and then the 6.5. For the second step, we're not going to move the fabric, but just the ruler. So we're going to slide it over, and now we're going to use the dotted lines here on the right side to line up with the seams on the right side unit. So once you have the seams lined up, you're ready to make your cuts with the green 6-inch and 10.5. Second cuts for step 2. So now we have 2 large flying geese units, but we still have to make our 3rd step cut, which is trimming it on the side. So we turn the geese so that the point of it is pointing upwards, and now we're going to take the ruler and line up the dotted lines here on the bottom with the seams. So you will also have that horizontal line here be able to line up with the bottom of your flying geese unit. Once you have those seams aligned with the dotted white lines, you make your cuts through the pink slits, pink arrows, and that finishes our trim. You would just repeat with your second unit. We have a perfect flying geese unit trimmed with the Stripology squared ruler. And of course, if you're thinking about making flying geese, all the info is in the new Master Your Stripology Rulers book. The pages are really thick and durable, so you can go to your charts. And you didn't know until now that there was a reason why I chose these colors to match my stickers. So that is a really good tip, easy, because your brain makes that connection without you even having to think about it. So check that out. Any questions? I saw one comment. Actually, I wish there was a taller Stripology ruler that was 21 inches so you didn't have to fold your fabric. Well, it's not possible because the longer the slits, the less accurate they are, the more they're going to move. So this is why we chose the exact size for the Stripology ruler so we can get full-on accuracy. So always have to fold, unfortunately, if you want accuracy. All right. No more questions? Do you have a favorite quilt on your bed, or do you rotate quilts? We do have a favorite that we sleep with here, which is the Kira quilt, because it has Minky on the back side. And we haven't really rotated it out, have we?
Nope.
Nope.
Wash it and put it back on.
We just wash it. She's been through quite a few washes, so.
He slept with his Kobe last night.
Oh, Mr. GP slept with his Kobe quilt, the flannel one, because he sweet-talked Colleen into binding it for him because his mama was too busy to get to it. She can easily be sweet-talked with some iced coffee and hugs. Yes. So yeah, no, I don't swap out the ones we sleep with. I swap out the ones we use on the couch though. We have multiple quilts on the couches, and so those kind of get rotated. But of course we love the ones that are really soft and cuddly. Yes. All right, let's talk a little bit about London Calling. So if you reserved your fabric kit, paid the $10 way back starting in April, we have started to send out your invoices to pay for the full kit, of course with a discounted price if you reserved. So look out for that. We are just going in the order they were reserved. So the first ones are first, so we are moving through it, but just be patient with us because we have a lot of stuff going on this week. So we are going to continue doing that. So just take a look at that. We're hoping possibly to send some kits out this week, but honestly, please give us some grace. We might not ship until next week with our 10 sale and Fam Fest kind of events and activities going on. There's a lot going on. So we just want to make sure that we have an amazing event, and then we'll go full on into getting those London Calling kits out to you guys. But I wanted to show you that one of the pre-orders that I told you about is a London Calling thread kit by Aurifil, and that has arrived. So let me show you. It's the cutest thing. I love it just because I helped design the box, and so it matches the fabrics and everything. And so there's 7 small spools in here. These are mine, so I'm just going to open it. So it has 7 small spools that I picked just to match the colors in the fabrics. So let me see. And they're all listed in the listing. So we have that beautiful London blue. We have red, of course, a little bit of gold. We have a beautiful green, a tan, and then 2 grays, a dark gray and a light gray. So these are beautiful. They're 50 weight Aurifil thread, so very versatile for anything. I'm going to be using mine for just maybe a little bit of machine applique for the quilt, but of course you can quilt it with it too. But this is just kind of a great memento as well. And you know, whenever you buy these thread kits, they're always a great deal if you just calculate the price. So it's a great deal if it's good colors that you use all the time. So they're in stock now, so you can place your orders for it and we'll ship it. Now, those of you that order the pre-order and ask to ship it with your kit, we will be shipping them together, no worries. So we will take all that into consideration. Will there be extra background? Yeah, most likely, but we haven't finished cutting all the kits. It's in process. We're almost there. So lots going on. Like I said, lots going on.
What about those awesome quilts behind you?
The quilts behind me, yeah, I was going to talk about them a little bit later. The Lupine quilt behind Mr. HP is a new sample because we're going to be showing you a brand new kit. This is a full size, so it's not quite big enough for our bed. It would be beautiful on our bed, but it's not quite big enough. And then behind me, I have an Alberta quilt because I'll be showing you some similar fabrics to those. And then we have Braid Runner here on my right, made out of the Forest Frolic fabrics from Moda, and then Little Trixie on the other side, which is a little pattern, single pattern. Braid Runner is a single pattern, Alberta is a single pattern, but Lupine is, of course, in my Quilts of Iceland book. All right, do you swap out colors of thread when piecing? No, I don't. So when you're ever on piecing, I find kind of a medium thread color. So I usually have like 3 or 4 basic colors that I swap out depending on kind of the overall look of all the fabrics. It's a light gray, which is the color 2600 that I use all the time. Let me see, is it here? Yep, 2600 that I use all the time. And then I have like a darker gray if I'm working with darker fabrics. If I have a dark background, I usually do a darker gray. And then I have like a beigey, like a light tan, or light taupey tan. So if you have more of the warmer tones and if you have a more creamier background, not white, then I'll do that one. So those are kind of the tones that I change out. Otherwise, can we use rewards points towards London Calling? If you're if you reserved and we're sending you an invoice, unfortunately we can't do that because it's kind of set ahead of time because you have to use those when you check out. So it's a little bit of a different process, but of course you can collect points. So you will just have more points to use up another time. Do I use Orfill for quilting? We have used a lot of Orfill for quilting. We use a couple of different threads for our long arms, but yes, I use that all of the time, especially if I'm doing it on my domestic sewing machine. I always use Orfill 50 weight because it's just so versatile. You can use it for quilting and for piecing. What do you use? The background is white. I use that light gray. I feel that the light gray is not as stingy as a full-on white thread because if I'm using a white background, I usually use a bunch of other colors, so that's why I use that a little bit of a silver gray. 2600, it's called Dove. That's my go-to. So yes, that is what I use if I have a full-on white background. For the London Calling, I will most likely be using, because it's got a little creaminess, so I think I'm going to use this one, which is 2000. I think it's called a light cream or something. No, not cream. I don't remember what the name of it is, but they don't have the name on it. Just the number, 2000. Can we use a gift card for London Calling? I believe you do, because when you pay your invoice, you can put the gift card code in there. I believe so. I can't promise, but just contact help at GE Quilt Designs if you're having trouble, and we can kind of double check it for you. Does thread ever go bad? I have heard that thread can become brittle, like you can tell in some of those antique quilts, but you know what? If you're using cotton thread, it's going to behave just like the cotton fabric that you're using. So of course, over time, over a really, really long time, it's going to break down just like cotton does. But if it's the same, it's going to behave together. What I've heard, if you use polyester thread with cotton, and they're not going to behave the same. Polyester is going to stay stronger longer, so the polyester thread might start severing when the cotton fibers when it starts to getting a little bit older and weaker. But we're talking hundreds of years, all right? Okay, any other questions? These are great questions. We're talking about thread today. All right, let me move on though. If we're done talking about London Calling, we're so excited. We're going to have a whole photo booth here on Saturday for everybody, gearing up for London Calling. So, okay, another thread question. Do you know the thread number for the dark color? Yeah, it's pewter and 2630 is my favorite. It's on the darker side. So sometimes I even I think it's Arctic something. It's an in-between gray, because this one is quite dark. But it's perfect if you're using a dark background. So if I was piecing that quilt right behind me, that's what I would use, for sure. This one, the lighter one is 2000. Guess what? I'll do a tip of the day with all my favorite piecing threads and colors. How about that? Yes. Okay. And I can show you examples. So if I was going to sew out of this is what I would use, and da-da-da-da. Great idea, everybody. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Are we ready for Color Club reveal? But I don't see my package here. Uh-oh. So Mr. GP is going to have to go run and get one for me. And we can talk about one thing before that. Let's talk about the Lupine beautiful kit that is hanging behind Mr. HP. Isn't that beautiful? So let me show you the full. This is the up close. So yeah, I love that quilting design. Now I even forgot what that's called, but I know you're going to ask me. But put up that photo that we took outside of that quilt. So this is a full size. It's not that. This is the kit. There's the quilt. So the gray is showing up off in this photo a little bit lighter. It is spotted graphite, one of my favorite grays. So this is, like I said, this is the full size, and the kit includes everything for the top, including the binding, So background and all the fat quarters for all these colors. This is very similar to mine, the original that's in the book, because I wanted to have just a variety of purples, going from lavender into the violets into the amethyst color. So it really gives that life and variety, also because the lupins are all that different variety. So the kit is now available. We're calling these our classic kits. Y'all might remember when I showed you the Aurora kits. We've sold out of them now twice. And we are just waiting for more background to be able to make more Aurora bundles kits for you. So we're going to be continuing making these kind of classic kits for those classic quilts of mine that are everybody wants to make. And so starting with this one, and even if you don't want to make the whole full size, you know, you can make a smaller size, but at least you'll have the variety of colors and stuff. So that's great. I think I saw a question. Oh, it's still about thread. Is variegated thread just as strong as a single color thread? Yes, I believe so. I have not heard anything that it behaves any different than regular colored thread. So, okay, ready for Color Club? Are we? Color Club, of course, for those of you that are new around here, Color Club is our monthly subscription club. Every month I choose a color inspiration, and then I pick 5 fabrics that kind of work with that and within that inspiration, and then everybody that is subscribed get 5 half-yard cuts of that color. Now there's shade differences in the color, something that matches the inspiration photo. I give you some information on the color. I give you some ideas on how to use it, how to pair it, and all of those beautiful things. So this month's, I've heard that people are loving it. So let's take a look what is in our pack for this month of September. So let's go the overhead. So we can do this like we always do, pull it out of the package and have fun with it just like everybody else. So here it is, Goodies Color Club, September. Yes, basalt. There it is. Of course, the basalt rock formations. Iceland is home to one of those most impressive creations. The basalt formations are all over Iceland. What is really incredible, if you haven't seen these beautiful things up close, is that when you look at them, they have these really perfect, sometimes hexagonal or pentagonal columns. They are formed, of course, through volcanic activity, and as the lava cools and comes into contact with water, cold water or air, it just contracts and creates these beautiful shapes and colors. And so it's found in many places in Iceland, but my favorite spots, there's a couple of favorite spots, of course. The Reynisfjara beach, the black sand beach close to Vik. And then if you ever want to do like a hour hike, go to Svartifoss or Black Waterfall. It's incredible there as well. But here, let's look at the fabrics that I chose to match this wonderful inspiration that is so close to my heart. So I chose to have a little bit of a variety. So let's take a look at these beautiful, beautiful fabrics. So the first one is a dry brush, and by Wilmington. We are just in love with the dry brush fabrics. So this is the charcoal color, and it is like the perfect gray. So I don't know, I've talked about gray so many times with you that there's way more than 50 shades of gray. So what I tried to find with this pack is a true gray. It doesn't really have any undertone color, because you can have grays with a purple undertone, a blue undertone, a red undertone, a yellow undertone. There's so many different shades. So this is what I want to say is a true gray. So a grayscale, really. It might look a little purple here on the camera, but in person it is really true gray. Our second is called Bedrock. Very appropriate to call Bedrock. This is by Wyndham, and a color is pebble. So it kind of has those little shapes, not hexagonal or pentagonal, but little kind of rock shapes. So I thought this was perfect. It's a little bit lighter tone, so it works great in here. Then we have a Solidish by Timeless Treasures. So we have a little bit more variety in the grays. We have the darker hues, the mediums, and the lights, which you see all of those tones in the basalt formations. And then we have this meadow. And I know that might be kind of weird to have leaves. This is a Timeless Treasures as well. And it's just a color is called gray, but I really loved it because it was that true gray. And you know, just the shapes give that texture. I love the scale of this one. So it's small scale. We have a large scale, medium, and then even a little bit in between. And then the fifth fabric I just had to have because it really kind of looks like the basalt column. So this is our lightest. I know there's a lot of light gray in here, almost white, but it is the perfect gray in here, and I feel like it was kind of the, you know, dotting the I or crossing the T, adding this one in here, since we're gonna have this as a basalt combination. So there you see the fabrics just sitting on the basalt formations, actually at the Black Sand Beach in Reynisfjara in Iceland. And well, there we are on that same beach. You can see this is a cave right around the corner, and you can see those hexagonal shapes kind of overhead. And there we are sitting on them. And there's a part of our group that went with us last summer, standing on those exact rock formations. Now, if you are familiar with my Quilts of Iceland book, there is a quilt in there called Basalt. And so it's all made from 2.5-inch strips, and just playing with the value of the grays, I threw in probably 60 different fabrics into that quilt because I wanted all the strips to be different. So to make this one, you just want to have 4 different shade groups. So you can see some of them are pretty black in there. And then we have the medium grays and light grays, and then the really lightest grays go create that hexagon kind of at the top, which is kind of the ledge of the stones. So this is a perfect bundle to get started on that basalt quilt. Now if we look at these fabrics again, you could group them. You could get one shade. This one could be just your medium, and your medium grays. I would probably put this lightest color here into our light gray, so then I would come up with a group that's darker. So if you've been a Color Club members from the start, you remember we had Timberwolf early on, so that could be your darkest, this could be your medium, and then this could be your lightest, so find a few more light grays, and then your silver or your really light ones could come from your Silver Bells package that we had last year, end of last year. So yes, it's really great to be a Color Club subscriber. Now what I normally do when I reveal Color Club, I pull bundles that go with the color that we have, but of course, gray is a neutral. Gray goes with anything. So all of these fabrics are perfect for backgrounds. As you can see, have a great example with the Lupine quilt having a gray background. I love using gray because it really lets other colors stand out without fighting with it. If you don't want to use pure white or pure black and not have that harsh contrast, and it adds like a little bit of a modern vibe. So much to do with gray, so I could have pulled pretty much any bundle in the warehouse and it's going to work with these colors. So I decided to just skip it and give you some inspiration. Of course, they're always great for any monochromatic looking quilts, but yes, so we love it. So how much do you love these grays? I know it's not really an exciting color, but it's something we use all the time. And of course, that's what Color Club is meant for. It's meant for you to build your collection of basics that you can pull into use with all kinds of things. And as a subscriber just posted in our crew on Facebook, he said these are going to be used up really fast. But of course, we have all of those colors available all of those fabrics available in 1 yards as well. So you can check that out if you want more of them, if you want to use it for a bigger quilt, whatever else, you can always get them in 1 yards for a limited time. All right, any questions on Color Club? We do have spots available, so if you want to join our monthly subscription, it gets charged to your card on the 5th and gets shipped on the 5th of each month. Will 1 or 3 yard packs be available? Yes, 1 yards, 3 yards. We don't have the 3 yards, but if we have requests, we can always make that happen. I think some of those will be perfect to add to our 3 yard selection, actually. Mr. GP, you're going to put that note down? It's noted. Thank you for that. Noted, noted, noted. All right, so let me move on and give you a little sneak peek into our Fan Fest. So I know we've been talking about it for a long time, but it is finally happening this week. Thursday, the fun will start with our VIP tours and special shopping event. We have the showroom is going to be closed on Thursday, only open to the VIPs. Then on Friday, the showroom is open from 9 to 3. A little bit shorter because we've got stuff going on, 9 to 3 on Friday. And we're going to host a live viewing party of Happy Friday in our classroom, so a little watch party. So if you want to come and check it out on Friday at 12, you can do so. There's a new, brand new, gigantic TV now in the classroom, which I'm very excited about. Now, some people wanted to put up a whole speaker system so you could watch movies, but I don't know about that one.
You can't put that to waste. 75 inches.
Well, we got work to do when we're here. We can't be watching movies.
After work. Before work. Lunchtime.
All right, whatever. Anyways, so Friday night, we're all going to join our cruise on Lake Minnetonka. So those of you who have signed up, we're excited for that. And then, of course, the fun starts, fun ends with the big day. On Saturday is our actual tent sale starting at 10. The tent opens 10 to 2. 10 to 2. We actually have a few tents this time, and we have beautiful extra vendors, lots of great food. And the showroom will open maybe a little bit before 10. So if you are coming specifically for the showroom, you'll be able to get in there. So let's take a look at some of our bundles that we have exclusively for tent sale. Yes, so we sometimes bring something back or are able to get some good deals and things that are only available at the tent sale. And if they don't sell out in our actual in-person tent sale, it'll be a part of our virtual tent sale in a couple of weeks. So let's start with, so I got some great Allison Glass fabrics. Now the quilt behind me is made with Allison Glass and a black background, but we have 3 bundles that are Allison Glass. We have a blue and a pink and yellow and orange. So you saw a photo of the blue there so that you can see all of the colors. The bright pinks have a little bit of purple in there as well, and then the yellow orange have some chartreuse, some orange, and yellow. So these are really great basic bundles. We had some of these similar last year. They were really popular. So there they are. There's the yellow and orange, so a little bit chartreusey yellow, great oranges there, and then the blues and a little bit of green. Do we have the pinks? Oh yeah, pink with a little bit of purple. Then we have a P&B. This one is called Au Naturel. And I love these colors. So some grays, a little bit of sage green. So this is really cute. I think I'm gonna have to grab one of these to have at home. Au naturel. The next one is one that we used to have and sold out of, Calm Waters. Now I wasn't able to get all of them back, but I was able to get, no actually I was, not all of them. Oh, I added an extra one. I added an extra so we could, because I was never able to reorder it because they were out of some of them, so I just pulled a similar one. So this one was popular. It's come back for the tent sale. All right, so next up is a really fun one called Happiness, a fun line from Figo Fabrics, and we have two versions. Happiness Warm, so we have those really nice warm colors from yellow, pink, and into kind of violet burgundy. And then we have the Cool, Happiness Cool, so navies, light blues, purples. So of course you could totally mix them. Really fun, funky patterns, kind of a little bit of a 70s vibe. So really great stuff. Next one is we have a couple of batik bundles. So we normally don't sell batiks, but we decided to bring this one in. It's called Here There. It's the warm colorway, and it is by Marcia Dursey, her boutique line. So we got a great deal on that, and so I wanted to include it for those of you that like batiks. Two colorways, like I said. We have the warm and the cool. So 10-piece and a 9-piece. So if you join them, you get 19 batiks. Of course, could all be mixed, but beautiful, very classic Marcia Dursey prints, but these are batiks. All right, the next one up is a really cute small bundle by Louis and Irene. It's called Memory Made. So a little sewing theme, has some thimbles and yarn. So a little crafting theme has that little gold fabric has pins and buttons. It's really, really cute. All the sewing notions. So Memory Made. Then next one is another small Louis and Irene. It's called Shinrin Yoku. So this is a Japanese inspired small bundle. Just these beautiful blues and taupes. So equal lights and darks. Very cute small bundle. And one more Louis and Irene. Tiny Tonals. Tiny Tonals. And this one is neutrals. So we have creams, really off-whites, grays, light grays, and then white on white. So everything in one. So it's all of these bundles, of course, are going to be on a great deal. So this is a great snag for some basic light fabrics that you use all the time. We have a couple of more. Do you have Evergreen? No photo of Evergreen. Okay, here's Evergreen. This is also a Louis and Irene. So 8 pieces, cute squirrels, mushrooms. I love these kind of purpley tones, and kind of a fall themed line. So this one is beautiful. And then we sold out of Puffin Bay, but I was able to get some prints back. So we made a 10-piece bundle. So some of the favorite puffins in the blues and teals. And then, of course, I love the lavender and the violet colors, and a little bit of gray in here. So Puffin Bay is back just for tent sale. So these are all the bundles we have just specifically for tent sale. Of course, there will be lots more in the tent, but these are new. New to us, so we love it when we get something new. We don't care. So speaking of new, any questions on the tent sale? We would love to answer any questions. If you're signed up for the VIP passes or the cruise, make sure you check your email. We sent out an email this morning with all of the details, when you should show up and all of that. These bundles are not available online yet. They will be available if we have any left in our virtual tent sale, which will kick off about a couple of weeks after our in-person one. Oh, Susan, yes, it's no problem. We can get it all home for you. We can ship it home for people too. You know, that's how we do. That's what we do. We get shipped done. All right, so let's take a look at some actual new fabric. And this is from one of our favorites, Marcia Dursey, brand new line called Marble Run. So beautiful, beautiful colors and her classic abstract designs. I put together this bundle I love just because I love the colors, mixing all the bright colors. So a little bit brighter than her last line, but she's one of those designers where her lines will be able to work together. So remember Random Thoughts from last year, this could all work with that. So we'll start here with this dark piece. So it's dark navy with a little green hue to it. It looks almost black. So this part of it, I would say, is pure black. But then you have the lighter tones. Again, one of the reasons why I love her prints is they're so layered. There's so much depth to them. So we have another dark piece that has just more of a brush stroke texture, but a little bit more green in this one. This one reads more green. Diane Deacon is asking if storyboard is coming back. Yes, we are securing even more, so check out, make sure you check it out again a little bit later on this evening. We'll have more storyboard. It will be just pre-order. We haven't gotten our second shipment yet. All right, this is one of my favorites. I love this one. This is so graphic. Love that it has all the colors. So this one is the tying together one. You can also use it as kind of a stripe, has that same action, but this will be fun to play with. Throw it into a quilt, and it's going to give it a lot of movement. So we have a green, and this is that same brushstroke texture with some colored specks. And then it really is just 3 prints, but all the colors just act if, you know, bring it all together and bring it to life. So here's that same print that we started with, but in a different colorway, in the blue. And then we have the brushstroke print in a little bit lighter blue, and the same print in a turquoise. Beautiful. Then we have a red with that main print. Really love that. It's a really nice warm red, just like it's reading on the screen. So kind of a really yellowish hue to it, but really nice and warm. And then we have the brushstroke one, which has a deeper red to it. We have this light gray background here, which has a very green undertone to it and works well because it has the greens on top. We have a yellow, a nice bright yellow, a deep kind of a honey gold. I would more call it gold maybe than yellow. And then finishing it off with that same multi-print on a light background. So bringing together all the colors. See how fun that would be in a little stripe or accent. It would just be great. So this is Marble Run, and 12-piece bundle, brand new. We do have a 108. We had it in and it sold out, but it is back. So the Marble Run 108 8-inch wide backing we have in both 1 yards and 3 yards, but that is more on the neutral side, but it's that same print. So nice gray with just some tan and black accents. So it could be really work with anything. Really love that. But I did do a fabric poll just for fun. So if you wanted to add more fun colors, needed more fabric, so we have spotted black here on the darkest side, which has a little bit of a blue undertone, so it's not a pure black, so I like that. And then a little bit more navy is the grunge and the peacoat. Love that there. Now, of course, you can always go to our blog after the show if you want a better look at the colors. For the green, I chose a grunge pine. On our blog, we have links to all the fabrics, so it's easy to find what you need there. For the blue, I kind of wanted to choose, this one kind of goes more with a darker blue, so I chose a medium blue. This is Moonscape in the Dresden color, so it kind of can go between all of them. And then another one is between the turquoise is the Chalk and Charcoal in the Regatta. For the turquoise, a perfect mix match here is the Spotted Turquoise. For the reds, I chose a Floral Elements in the Flame color because that's that perfect warm red to go with this color. And then also the Canvas and the Hot Sauce. Hot sauce. Who is like me and can't live without hot sauce?
Love hot sauce.
And then for the yellow, a great match here is the Dimples and the Raja. A nice bright gold, very rich. And then I threw in some great textured basics to kind of go with that texture of the light. If you wanted to do something with a background, I would go with something textured. So I like the Chalk and Charcoal in the gray, just because it has that little bit of a texture. Then I have the modern background, the news dropping. And that has both a little bit of typography, a little bit of gray, but it, again, works so great with all of her prints. And the last one is Marble Run Milk Glass Splash. So this is from the line. Let me open it up and show you. So it has that same, it's that same print here with the brush strokes and the color splashes, but in a white with a light gray and light blue print on it. So that one we have available in 1 yards, but I felt like it was too light to go into the bundle. I chose one more if you wanted an accent. Something that works with that gray here is the Grunge Smoke, is that perfect gray that would mix well in here. It would also go really well with all of our Color Club. Look at that. It's the same perfect gray. So yes, mix your Color Club with Marble Run. It would work beautifully. So Marble Run by Marcia Dursey, again, going into my collection. I love her stuff, so that is available now. Any questions for me on any of this stuff? Let me know.
The colorfuls are amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's one of my favorite things to do, so I continue to do them. It's always just kind of a showcase of how you should always kind of have a wonderful collection of basics that you can mix in to change the balance of things and blend it.
Normal like hot sauce.
Oh, hot sauce. Yes. Can't have like few things that I have to have hot sauce. Eggs, grits.
Yep.
What else? Sometimes pizza.
And veggies.
Veggies, the roasted veggies with hot sauce.
Yeah.
All of them together.
Some people love hot sauce on chicken.
Uh-huh. Yep. I would do that too if I ate chicken. All right, so that is our show for today, but let's finish off by asking our giveaway question. Remember, Colleen will be here tomorrow morning, 9:30, with our 1 Yard Wednesday, a great offering for you. So check that out, Deal of the Week, 9:30 a.m., 1 Yard Wednesday. But the giveaway question, since we are now entering very close to October, Halloween is on the horizon. I've actually been able to scare some folks in the warehouse already. Yes, I scared some people with Sven. You guys have all met Sven, Sven the zombie. Well, he'll visit. I'll save it till October. But anyways, what is the most memorable costume you have worn? Whether that was for Halloween or maybe you wore a costume for something else. A costume ball. Oh, I wish I was invited to costume balls. That would be cool. So let us know in the comments, and you'll automatically be entered into our giveaway for next week's show. So costumes. What's your most memorable costume, Mr. HP?
Back in the early
Back in the early 80s, me and my friend did a K-Tel commercial. A lot of people don't remember K-Tel.
K-Tel? I don't
It was
know what that is.
like a record company, and they sold stuff online. Anyway, we did a K-Tel commercial, and we were robots,
Oh.
like with wire hair, and it was really cool. And then we wore those for a big Halloween party contest at First Avenue. And we
Oh.
won $300
Oh, that's big money
for
back
Halloween.
then.
It was huge.
That's big money.
That was a really cool outfit. I wish I could find that
So
that
that's
commercial.
memorable. Yeah. But you know what my most memorable? Remember when we went to our first Halloween party together and we had our faces painted? Well, you had your
Oh.
whole head painted
That
by
was pretty cool.
by a real like makeup artist, and we were skulls. It was so well done.
You need to find those.
His whole head
pictures.
was a skull, like painted. It was
She did an
very
awesome
cool.
job.
She painted like bones down my neck. That was cool. We should have gone and we would have won a contest on that.
Oh, for sure.
I made the skirt. I had a skull fabric skirt that was glow in the dark, and I made his tie to match. So, yes, I did make clothing. Whoa.
I should do that again. Gotta find her those.
But
shoes.
that's my most memorable. So just tell us, and you'll be entered into our giveaway. But we will be live this coming Friday. Of course, it'll be a viewing party, watch party in our classroom. So we're excited for that. That's September 15th at 12 p.m., 12 noon. And then next week, Tipsy Tuesday, hear all about our tent sale event. That is September 19th at 4 p.m. Central Time. 4 p.m. Central Time. That's it for us on the show today. We are looking forward to seeing so many of you this weekend. But if you're not coming, we will see you Friday. Bye, everybody.